Hi everyone, this is meowmurai. Let's continue our game of Minds Beneath Us running on PC. Here it comes. Nope. Again, huh? Playing with the gotcha machines? Hey Jason, I didn't know. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with 23 today. She said I can play as much as I want. She's paying. Watch your tongue. Gotta throw him a boner or two every once in a while. That makes me sound like a puppy. Be a good boy and play your game. Yeah, I'll definitely get the one. 23 is flashing a winning smile. Not again. Okay, I give up. Dinner time. Let's go. Open air dinner? Same old place? Problem? No, I'll order beer this time. Sure thing. Come, Jason. Dinner's on me. Lawrence, you order. Me? Anything I want? Yeah, let's see what you can come up with. Jason, anything you'd like to avoid? Allergy or something? Nope, I'm okay with anything. Okay. Go ahead, Lawrence. Sure. How are you feeling? Your first day as a spy. It's complicated. Sometimes you're just like Nin. She's more like her usual self now. In the safe house, she was acting kind of weird. Hey, what are you guys talking about? Relationship gossip? We're not hormone-driven teenagers, okay? Hey, time for some fun conversation after a long day. How's it going? Didn't agree to go out with you. Didn't agree to go out with you yet? Huh? 23's in love with Sidu? Of course. Who could say no when I come asking, eh? Wait, did she agree to just go out with you or to go out with you? I think she's going out with me. Does that mean yes or no? But that's like no progress at all. I know, right? She just doesn't get it. Worst of all, she's complaining to me all the time. This job is all work and no date. I can't imagine Sudo saying something like that. I mean, come on. Here's your date sitting in front of you. You might need a few tips from Jason. Yeah, the only one who's not single. Teach 23 a move or two. What would you do when your crush is oblivious to your feelings? Can he give me any lessons, though? He looks like the oblivious kind himself. Yeah, I am. See? Whatever. What would you do, Jason? Why don't you just tell her straight out? Just try harder? Maybe she's not oblivious. She's just not into you? I mean, why don't you just tell her? Nope. It's going to be super awkward if she says no. I can't risk what I have now. You're thinking way too far ahead. I'm a sensitive girl in love. My ass. Hey, I don't have to be with her as a couple. A colleague relationship is totally fine by me. Not that quitter talk again. Shut up. I mean, for real, being able to work with her as a team is good enough for me. Nin doesn't care about you enough, if you ask me. That's because you've never seen her off-work face. She's really nice to me. The hell? Am I supposed to be jealous? Jealous of what? Not being able to get a date? Ah! Ooh! That hurts. No shit. Was I too blunt? Say, I never suspected this operation is behind Al's back. Dude, that's what you'd call an awkward change of subject. This feels like a good time to talk about it. Sorry for not telling you. For the record, it's all Nin's idea. I was dead set against it. Yeah, just dump it all on Nin. She's not here anyway. 23 blew a raspberry. That explains the small van. Al didn't give you the budget for it. No, that has nothing to do with the budget. A small van works better for the mission. Does Al have that much money to spare? That much and then some, if the big bosses feel like spending. We are backed by all sorts of big corps, you know. Illegal investigation is not something you would do, 23. It's a private investigation, not illegal. I think we broke a ton of laws in the process. You're not wrong. Aren't you always going like, we are the law enforcement. Breaking the law to enforce the law is wrong. And blah blah. Right, why'd you agree to this? I'm doing this for Nin's sake. I can't let her start a mission without support, can I? Put that star-eyed look away, Lawrence. I'm warning you. Now, seriously, I don't think what we're doing is right. I've been working for Owl long enough to see a fair share of moral dilemmas. Excuse me, lady. Jeez. But now I have developed my own rules and red lines. Nin was right about 23. My bottom line is that law and order must be respected. I like that idea. Then you're on the conservative side, too. However, law and order are not perfect. There are real-life cases where they don't apply very well. In a perfect world, I'd totally follow them without questioning. But this world is not perfect. Respect, obey, they're close enough. What do you mean by respect, then? I mean, we must uphold the authority. Laws exist to create order. We all know laws aren't perfect, but in the overwhelming majority of cases, we must follow them. Try not to break any law, even if we are doing the right thing. Or if we have to break it from time to time, we should feel ashamed of it. We must face the fact that when we take appropriate actions. It's blind obedience. I thought you'd agree when you said you'd like the idea. I'm not doubting the law itself, or trying to suggest nothing could go wrong as long as you obey it. What I'm trying to say is the moral cost of breaking the law is often underrated. Is she referring to Sidhu? I put an emphasis on the word respect, didn't I? Oh. You agree with her? No. You're starting to lose me. This is getting philosophical quickly. Sometimes I want to be you. Oi, I can tell that's not a compliment. Good for you. Anyway, as far as I can tell, you're saying breaking the law is wrong. Right, if you have to simplify things. Then why are you doing this knowing it's wrong? We don't always get to do what we believe is right. We choose what we want. I want to be with Nin, plain and simple. Not the right thing, but the desired thing. That brings us back to the starting point. You're right. You're right. Her eyes are not laughing. I say you and Nin are focusing too much on the fine details. Just be yourself and be proud of it. Right, Jason? Yeah, sure. See? Say, Lawrence. What's with that tone? I sense a hearty talk coming. You seriously want to join Owl? Of course. I don't know if it's the right place for a simple guy like you. Is there anything wrong with being simple? Well, I don't know about that. Pretty sure you'll pass the adversity test in one shot, though. Ha! Even you have to recognize my talent. 23's grin doesn't look like recognition. Adversity test? What's that? See, you have lots to learn, Lawrence. Huh? Lesson 1. If you don't know something, ask. Don't make a fool of yourself. Passing the adversity test? Is that a bad thing? The adversity test is something designed by Grandma to find out how reliable an agent is. Some sort of evaluation? Yes, but not the kind you have in mind. Passing the test means Grandma believes she has complete domination over you. What? In her logic, the adversity test is not intended to find out how loyal we are or tame us. The purpose is to find our nature. Loyalty and obedience degrade over time. The world changes. People change. What remains constant, according to Grandma, is a person's nature. If you get that, you have full control. What's that supposed to mean? One example. A trolley problem. A runaway trolley is barreling down the tracks. One track is Francis, and on the other are 5 kids. You control the switch. Which side would you save? Fran? That was quick. You're one cold-blooded bastard. Now, Grandma knows when you should be put in a cell instead of on the front lines. Oh, and she has a trump card to play when you show the slightest sign of going renegade. Of course, that was just a hypothetical scenario. Grandma puts you in real-life scenarios with real consequences. It takes most agents 3 or 4 tries to pass it. Nin has failed it 21 times and still counting. What? How? She managed to stop the trolley. Huh? Instead of making a choice, she finds a way to circumvent the whole situation. Unlike the hypothetical scenario, in real life, there's always a perfect solution without sacrificing anyone. A lot of times, we can see this perfect solution, but we couldn't pull it off. Nin does it every single time, leaping out of Grandma's trap. That is cool. Yeah, totally. However, that means she has yet to pass the test. There will be more? You bet, and it gets tougher every single time. What if someone fails the test? Then there's the retest, or there's the retest, re-retest, and so on and so forth. Matter of time. Each time you come out with more scars, eventually Grandma will break you. These tests are mixed in our daily missions. You never know until it's right in your face. Does she have to go that far? Grandma believes so. She must have complete domination over all agents. Don't you know the dynamics within OWL? Oh, I do know that. Dynamics? What do you mean by dynamics? Let me explain. OWL is a government law enforcement agency in theory. Under the table, it's backed by big corporations. Multiple corporations have considerable influence over OWL. Most obviously, agent drafting. There are 3 ways to become an OWL agent recommendation: recruitment and special cases. Every agent with outstanding performance are allowed to recommend candidates that they see fit. Nin is able to do that? Correct. Recommended candidates must be reviewed by Grandma, though. Can you make recommendations? Nope. Ha! Damn you. You've got to be superhuman to earn recommendation rights. The logic is that talents recognized by these inhuman beings can't be much worse. You should see Nin's mentor. One tough piece of work. But very few could join OWL by this way. As to recruitment, submit your application and go through the routine. The reality is you must be backed by corporations to make the cut. About 90% of OWL agents are recruited this way. That means OWL is full of corporate representatives. Remember when I said this operation would be called out if OWL caught us? Because Vision is one of OWL's backers? Exactly. Vision will try everything it has to stop us. And being one of the big 3, its influence is massive. Sudo's not bullshitting when she said this investigation has immense risk. Hold on. Oh, why did you say I'd pass the adversity test in one go? Because you're that simple to figure out. Hardly needs any test if I were Grandma. Oi. Are you taking offense or what? No. Or do you see yourself as a mysterious guy? No, I didn't. Bullshit. You scratch your head every time you lie. Huh? Told you to practice lying. Now, hear this, Jason. There are telling signs when people lie. Shifty eyes, fidgeting fingers. Gotta keep those under control. Or sometimes fake it to mislead. Is it appropriate to teach him that? Nah, not a problem at all. Man, you're drunk. No, I'm not. See, Jason, one of 23's problems is she can't hold her liquor. Is she doing okay now? Huh? He can't hold his liquor. Come on, dude, be a man. I was talking about you. He's totally lost it. Heard you. I'm sober. And answer me, of all the people in this world, who you like best? Nin. Why? Because she's awesome and she's not nice to me. Yeah, she's lost it. Shall we walk her back? Not yet. This is an opportunity. What's he planning? Nin's like super nice to me. I know, you said it already. Now let's try something else. Are you really okay with just being a colleague of hers? Huh? Told you yes. She's suddenly sobering up. Damn, I thought I'd catch you this time. Catch what? I have nothing to hide. Okay, gotta go before I barf all over the place. Bye. 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 What? Tell you something. 23 said telltale signs of liars, right? You scratch your head? No, I'm not talking about me. Sometimes she can't help herself. Like when she's really nervous or pissed drunk. You mean she just lied? Yep. I figured out that her telltale sign is touching her neck. Remember when I asked if she's okay with just being Nin's colleague? Uh-huh. When she answered, she touched her neck. So? So, she really wants to be with Nin as a couple. I'd totally root for her. She and Nin belong together. I don't think she's getting anywhere. Not you too. Don't be a quitter. Want to give her a push, Jason? I mean, after this operation? Nah, I don't want to meddle. Okay. Eh? Hold on. I think I forgot something. Like 23 said dinner's on her. Ah, right. She left without paying. Damn. Not a big deal. Dinner's on me. No, I can't let you pay for it. I'll go check out, then ask her for reimbursement later. Maybe she'll forget when she sobers up. Oh, right. She does that all the time. I won't let her go so easily this time. We're about done. Shall we go back? Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna get a cup of bubble tea. Then we can find our corner to talk. Now? Yep. Shall we? There are things I'd like to talk in private. Sure. Great. You go get the bubble tea first? I'm gonna pay the check. What would you like? Oh, right. Medium, not a jelly bubble tea. No ice, half sugar, extra bubbles for topping. Really? Come again? Medium, not a jelly bubble tea. No ice, half sugar, extra bubbles for topping. See you at the Betel Nut joint. Wait, where do I get bubble tea? Welcome to Popo. What would you like today? This is not my cup of tea. I'll just order one for Lawrence. Not a jelly. Bubble tea. Ice and sugar? No ice, half sugar. Any topping? Extra bubbles. Total is 180. Bloody robbery. Working on it. A cup of bubble tea used to cost like 90. Gone are the good old days. I should have got the order correct, right? Your drink is ready, sir. Thank you. Have a nice day. Gotta meet up with Lawrence. Hey, Jason, here. That was loud. Great, now everyone knows I'm Jason. Coming, Lawrence. Don't yell my name that loud, Jason. People are watching us. Tisk. Tisk. He's confused. Bubble tea? Thank you. What was you want to talk about? I want to talk about the flop core. I left you outside, remember? I owe you an explanation. About that, huh? I did it for a chance to examine the data. You want to get dirt on vision before Sidhu does? Why would you say that? Because you hate flop farming and Vision's an industry leader. It's part of the reason. Plus, it doesn't affect the operation. Guess you have a point. Say, you're thinking a lot like Nin. She has nothing to do with it. Yeah. I wanted to say that getting the dirt on Vision was not my main objective. I needed a chance then because I knew Nin wouldn't let me touch the data when we were back. For a moment, Lawrence looked struggling. I just wanted to help, examine the data for anything that stands out. I know 23 doesn't want to touch the data from the flop core. She's trying to avoid too many red lines. She may skip private messages and overlook critical leads. I thought I should take a quick look at the parts that she might miss. Against evil corporations like Vision, we must leave no stone unturned. Why didn't you tell me before? Why didn't you let me in? There's a reason why those parts are not supposed to be seen. Why didn't you let me in? I needed time. Better have you keep watch outside. Anyway, in the end, I found nothing. You only had a few minutes. Not enough time to examine it properly. You expected to find something in minutes? Well, I could get lucky. I did notice a few messages. Vision is aware that someone is after them. Here's one message I remember. Watch out for infiltration in the next few days. Data theft. I thought, sounds like they're talking about us. Probably. Anyway, that's it, about the flop core. He looks dejected. Hey, Jason. I, What's up? I think Nin doesn't trust me. To be exact, she hasn't trusted me ever since we began this operation. Why would you say so? Like, she didn't let me see the data. Considering what Sidhu said, she probably didn't want Lawrence to do silly things out of personal grudge. Is that enough to be called distrust, though? Did you say it was sensitive data? Meaning she didn't trust I could use it properly. Well, she had good reason to. And this secret investigation without Owl's approval, she kept me in the dark, too. Back then, I thought it's cool, like something straight out of a movie. Now I feel left out. Did you say it's to protect us? But I don't need protection. I need to find the truth. I'm not a big baby tagging along. You know what? She tried to keep me out of this operation in the beginning. I can see how much Sidhu worries about Lawrence's personal grudge against flop farming. I don't know what's so special about this case. Why are they suddenly shutting me out? Do you have any idea, Jason? Why don't you just ask her? Nope. What if it's just me? What if Nin didn't mean it? If so, brooding over nothing makes me like a fool. He's aware that he sometimes broods over nothing, huh? Whichever the case, you should talk to her. Is that an agreement? Jason, I told you about my past, didn't I? Yeah, sorry for what happened to you. Thank you. Now I think I should tell you the whole story. That is, if you'd like to listen. Sure. Yeah. Lauren's face darkens. I skipped a lot of details last time. I and my family, we're not the only victim of the accident at Tendril. There were about 40 victims. The accident made it to the press, but was covered up soon enough. Back then, flop farming was a superstar technology. Everyone was talking about its positive side. Compared to that, killing a few dozen shithole residents is hardly a cost. There's something people didn't know about that incident. Or about that accident. Actually, no one died when it happened. But he said his family all died in the accident, didn't he? But your family? They were not dead. Not by then. Comatose. The accident turned us into vegetables. Tendril's first response was to salvage what they could. We were transferred to one of their secret labs. There, they tried many procedures to cure us. Nothing worked. A few died in the process. In the end, they gave up. But it was too late. They couldn't just claim nothing happened. So they decided to make a public announcement saying we were all killed in the accident. One thing leads to another. And they have a bunch of vegetable subjects. What should they do with us? What did they do? For months, their lab used us for experiments, starting with innocuous ones, testing body response, and so on and so forth. Then they started radical procedures, cutting off organs and limbs, taking brains apart. I was conscious the whole time. I could see what they did to me. We were kept in a dark room, fed through tubes. They pushed us out to be operated on. Some of us never came back. Every single day I prayed in silence. Not me. Please, not me. Don't pick me. I even... He retched. You what? I even asked whether God there is to make them take my parents. Anyone but me. Don't blame yourself. You were under crushing fear. That is normal. I tried to count the days, but it was next to impossible in a windowless room. Lab staff visits were my only clue. Soon I gave up on that. I thought there would be an end of me, of all of us. One day, after an experiment, I found myself able to move and talk again. I begged them to let me and my family go. Of course they wouldn't let us. I was drugged and put back into the bed. Before I passed out, though, I noticed something different about the lab staff. On their faces was something that wasn't there before. It was surprise, shock, also sympathy. As if they didn't realize I'm a human until I started to talk. Before that, I was a lab rat. That changed things. A few hours later, one guy came and released me. He wanted to let me go against lab rule, but I cried, asked him to take my parents with us. No surprise, we couldn't carry two adults with us. In the process, more lab staff heard us. We had to flee. I managed to escape the facility, but the man who saved me was caught. I left him behind. Left my parents behind. You couldn't have done anything even if you stayed. I knew. I knew I couldn't do anything back then. But I swore to come back one day and save my parents. Out of the facility, I found a way to join a gang. They were nice enough to take me in. I stole some guns from them and went back to the tendril facility. On your own? Yeah, I knew I had no chance. I must do something to help my parents before it's too late. Every single day counts. Just when I was getting close to the facility, I ran into a woman with silver hair. Sidu. Yeah, she stopped my suicidal mission. Just when I was arguing with her, boom, the facility went up in flames. Later she told me that she went inside. Where it was that I tried to save, they were all dead. She blew the place up so that the press would notice. Her plan partially worked. Tendril fired a row of executives and sent a few scapegoats to the police. To me, it was better than nothing. After that, I lost track of Nin. She just vanished, without leaving behind even a name. Her existence told me that there were people actually busy trying to save the world. How'd you find her again? There's a story. That's a story for another time. Simply put, I've been looking for her ever since. There were a few cases where she needed helpers. I enlisted myself. With this story, Jason, I'm trying to make you understand what Nin and flop farming mean to me. He's very determined now. There are two forces that drive me forward. The pursuit of justice, of power. I'm a victim of the flop farming industry. But after everything that happened, I realized what I hate most is the fact that some people walk away untouched after committing unspeakable evil. I take it personally. This is outrageous. It's unfair. I must do something to settle the score. I must make someone pay. I know the feeling. No, I don't care about what happens to other people. I'm so glad that you understand. I mean, I'm just telling him what I feel. Or I'm just telling him what he needs to feel better. I guess that maybe that's not the right way to say it, but having survived it, I feel the rage, the fear. Whoever caused it must pay. This is what I call justice. What I pursue with Nin and 23. Using justice as a driving force, huh? Can't relate at all. Oh, I told you I want to join Owl, didn't I? Yes, you did. I'm dead serious about it. I want to be like Nin. You said something about the power to do the right thing. It feels pretentious. It feels pretentious hearing it from you. I actually blushed. But that is right. These days, it takes power to wrestle against those with power. Nin is a living example. Remember what 23 said about Nin beating the adversity test? That is the power I'm talking about. I've seen how Nin handles dilemmas multiple times. I can imagine. I've never seen her hesitating or wavering. She analyzes the situation and takes actions. I want to be like her. With that kind of ability and willpower, I'll be able to do anything. This is what Sido complained about. Unrealistic optimism. I know I'm far from that goal, but I'm working on it. Sido's only human. Don't idolize her too much. Yes, sir. My ears. You must be wondering. About what? That I'm boring you out with this long story. Not at all, thanks for sharing. You're a great listener. There's a purpose in telling you my story. Because we're buddies, Jason. You should know more about me. And I'd like to know more about you, too. Find me anytime when you want to share something. Thank you, Lawrence. You don't need to. Let's be really good friends going forward. Going forward. Huh. Yeehaw! That's a bit too much drama. Finally I can talk about it with someone. I've been waiting for this day like forever. Couldn't talk to Nin or 23 about it. They like me well enough, but I just couldn't see them as simple friends. I know you wouldn't believe it, but I do feel lonely sometimes. Luckily, now I have you. You're like an older brother, you know? I appreciate the friendship too. What's that diplomatic talk for? Okay, it's getting late. About time for me to hit the hay. Yeah. See you tomorrow, Jason. See you tomorrow. Hold on a minute. Okay. Everyone has a dark past, even an optimistic boy like him. Human test subjects. Fran nearly getting killed. That shit's been happening left and right all the time. I just didn't see them until they hit me right in the face. The world is moving on, ever so slowly without me knowing. But my priority remains unchanged. Defend my way of life and the people I care about. That's it. It's getting cold. Better get going. I don't know what this is. Is this like the one person karaoke bar? Karaoke? It seems rather large for a one person one though. The ones I've seen are much smaller than that. Hey, you're back? I walked Frances back to your place. She's healing up nicely. Should be able to walk by next week. Great, thank you. Don't mention it. Good night, Jason. Night. Not supposed to say anything new here, is there? It's funny, I actually haven't had to use this function for quite a while. Welcome back. How are you feeling? Not bad. Something's bugging her. Something on your mind? There's so many things going on. I have a ton on my mind. I'm getting more thought. What we talked about before you went to the farm. Fran doesn't want me to participate in their mission. Then you were almost killed there. But I can't pull out now. If we still can't find any evidence tomorrow, the situation will only get worse. You don't know that. I do know. The way I see it, Miss Siru brought up your condition to remind you of two things. First, Owl will be after you. Second, she will send you on more dangerous missions. You're reading too much into it, Fran. I don't think so. Jay, I know we've gone too far to pull out. I want you to watch out for yourself because I don't think they will try very hard to protect you. You don't trust them? Correct. I'm sure that Miss Siru and the rest of them are good people, but they may not be as reliable as they seem. I won't trust Lawrence too much, but Siru? They look pretty okay to me, except for Lawrence. Lawrence will feel hurt if he heard that. I'm talking about their heart. I think I know what you're getting at. Yeah. She doesn't believe it. Miss Siru is an excellent special agent, but she lacks something that makes us human. Weak spots? Emotions? Complacence? Oh, is that how you spell complacence? Huh. Why does that not look right? Oh, emotions? More or less. She's detached, approaching everything from miles away, as if it's someone else's problem. Thought that's a good thing. She may hurt people around her without being aware of it. Maybe her detachment is just on the surface. I think it comes from the inside. As you said, she seems to have her emotions perfectly under control. But that is inhuman. She becomes a legend, an idol, but she cannot relate. In her eyes, the world is one after another issue to be... in her eyes, the world is one after another issue to be tackled. When she sees a mere issue could be the meaning of their life to others. Oh, what she sees as a mere issue could be the meaning of life to others. Okay, I see. Yeah, it's kind of weird how that reads. Is that a problem? How would you feel if someone attached a label to the most important thing in your life and calls it dispensable? Miss Siru is that kind of person. To her, everything can be traded off if the price is right. That's what I mean by detached, seeing everything in terms of value and return. The same doesn't apply to the ones who ultimately suffer this loss. She believes we can all see the world as she does. If not, a hearty talk should do the job. Maybe, but what does it have to do with us? Honestly, I don't know how it could affect us yet, but the foundation of her team isn't as solid as it seems. I care about it so much because I was in a similar position once. I thought as long as I kept everything in perfect order, my team will agree and follow suit. Turns out most of them only felt stressed out. She's talking about her job. She thought a lot in such a short time. Maybe it's just me. With so many things happening, I'm all strung up, especially today. All I could do was wait. Oh, you've had a long day. Me? Long day? I did nothing other than sitting around. You're doing the tough job. You did great. If it were me, I couldn't have infiltrated the farm so smoothly. No, you'd do a better job than me. Really? I can make a good spy? She's excited. Yeah. I learned a lot from Miss Siru about their line of work. Nothing of practical value, though. And we should talk about your body. Yeah. About the genetic engineering? Yes. I wouldn't believe it if not for Miss Siru. That reminded me of those dreams you talked about. What dreams? You forgot? For a while you kept saying you had these lucid dreams. Maybe those aren't dreams. Could it be... Probably shouldn't say that. Let's give it a rest. We have more than enough to juggle now. Wait till this vision business is over. Don't worry, Fran. was about to say, how can I not worry? But then somehow, I actually did feel better hearing you say that. I was kind of relieved when Miss Sudo revealed your body condition. Now at least I know you can handle a fight. Hey, speaking of fight, I've never seen you get hurt. And you hardly ever get sick. Wow. It must be nice to be you. What have we done to deserve this? Don't know, but we can handle it, you and me. Well said, Mr. Dye. Hey, Jay. What? Why stare at me like that? You're a good man. After everything, I'm freaking out, really. Seeing how calm you are makes me at ease. I guess your poker face has an upside, too. We will get through this together. Never doubted it. Yes. Okay, sleep time. 23 says my body needs plenty of rest to heal. Good night. Good night. I need a shower. Do, 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 do. Hey. Hey. So, you chose ops? Yeah, I thought you'd like ops. Oh. If I were you, I'd probably choose the same. Thanks. Well, for what? For making choices from my perspective. Now, about today's operation. Honestly, I wouldn't trust Cito too much. If I said she's reliable, I'd take it back. Today is one giant mess. Lawrence was occupied, so she sent me to infiltrate ops. Yeah, they're trying to figure... Yeah, they're, like, figuring shits out on the fly. For the record, you did agree to help. I know what I signed up for. The problem is how chaotic their plan is, if you could call that a plan at all. And you did what they asked, just like that? I thought you'd do the same. Why? Because I don't think there's any real danger? Because you grabbed control and agreed to help in the first place? Because it helps to get your and Fran's life back on track sooner? Okay, you're right. Their operation would stretch for a couple days if not for you. But one way or another, Cito and her gang lied to us. Yeah, I agree. This whole operation is conducted without Owl's approval. In other words, it's illegal. I don't see illegal as being a big deal. Because it's not you taking the fall. At the end of the day, who's the owner of this body, huh? They conceal the truth for their own interest, and we're paying for it. They helped you and Fran in the process. I'm well aware of that. Is that a win-win partnership? Depends on the outcome. If they screw up for not having Owl's blessing, then we have a lose-lose partnership. I do believe they are fighting Vision or even Owl for a legitimate cause. And I do believe they're trying to do good and uphold justice. But I don't want to be one of them do-gooders or rub Vision the wrong way. See, Fran has been rubbing Vision in the wrong way for a while. Would you agree? Why did you agree to cooperate then? I know they're targeting Vision from the very beginning. We can't protect Fran without making an enemy of Vision. Don't you agree? You're right. Although I thought they were backed up by somebody. I wish there was more time to make that decision. I mean, I've got to read these things out. You know, speaking the lines takes some time. Reading them is really fast. Although I thought they were backed by somebody. To find out that they're on their own is shocking, to say the least. Say, we don't know if they really care about Fran and I. Man, I hate seeing the situation clearly and not being able to do anything about it. What do you say? Shall we continue to trust Sidhu? Right, they may hurt us. What makes you think that? They value their objective over everything, us included. Yeah, I have the same concern. If sacrificing us helps get the dirt on Vision, maybe they will. As of now, though, we have to deal with the reality. We have no choice but to work with her. Say, Fran seemed to trust them. She's worried about their internal dynamics, though. I'm not worrying too much about it. I'm not worrying too much about that. What about you? Fran is right. I don't think anything. None of my business. I mean, this is how I actually feel. She's worrying too much. Well, is that so? Speaking of Lawrence, you had quite a talk with him. And you don't find it agreeable? As before, I don't want you to be too involved when it comes to the time to pick sides. I don't want you to be involved when it comes time to pick sides. Pick sides? I mean, making friends with Lawrence is generally okay, but do keep a minimum distance. If this team of theirs implodes someday, don't stand right next to it. Honestly, I don't think Sidhu should have him on the team. That's so? Forthright, impulsive, idolizing what seems good, turning a blind eye to their ugly side. His whole world tumbles down when he sees the idol's feet of clay. By that I mean he's trying too hard to impress Sidhu. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And if they ask me to do risky stuff again, just say yes. Will you? I thought you didn't like the risky stuff. I changed my mind. If risky stuff is inevitable, I might as well take the initiative. Get it over with faster and find out what we're really dealing with while I'm at it. I have a feeling that Sidhu will lie to us again. Come to think of it, even if Sidhu is 100% trustworthy, our body is still a problem. Owl will hunt us down. Looks like our only way out is to join Owl. I was naive enough to believe that. If we bust Shane Yan, we could call it a day. Then Yunasu happened, followed by Owl, genetic engineering, the flop core. We're not dealing with one person or event. This is a whole interconnected, holistic mess. What are you talking about? What Fran and I have seen is only a tiny part of it. This is a giant conspiracy that has been going on for a long time. Sidhu is not the first to discover it. She's just the first to stand up and do something about it. Don't we all know that? Or don't we know that all along? We do, but I didn't know what it implies until now. Where would we be if she never showed up? Fran would be dead, and I couldn't do anything about it. I wouldn't even know what's happening. What are you trying to? And you're trying to say? These days, I'm starting to see the true face of reality. The reality is that I never had any control over my own life. Genetically engineered from birth, hunted down by vision, cooperating with Sidhu. I didn't have a choice in any of it. The most ironic part is, I don't even get to control my own body right now. Because of you. I said it's not my choice. I know, and I don't blame you. Okay. I know I'm not the kind who takes initiative in things. All I ever wanted is to be left alone, away from the world's and other people's problems. See nothing, hear nothing, do nothing. No matter how hard I try, they just won't leave me be. For every inch I give, they want 2 more. Now I've made up my mind. Fran has been right all along. I can't sit around and do nothing. Get my shit together. Get a grip. Take action. Don't just wait for things to happen. What's your plan? I have no idea yet. The bottom line is, now I know I must have an actionable plan. Although I don't agree with Sidhu. She was talking about lofty ideas. In a sense, she's like Fran. They're both idealists. They want to change the world, serve the greater good. I don't care about it so much. As I said, protect Fran, protect the way of life we have. That's all I ask for. I want to take back what is rightfully mine. Starting from my body, of course. That's a good start. Yeah. What? Sorry. I didn't realize until you pointed it out. I've been complaining all the time about this and that and about you. You could have fucked up my life royally if you wanted. But so far you've been working hard to keep things going. In that case, I shouldn't apologize. I owe you a thank you. Thank you. Don't mention it. We must talk about Woody Chen, too. Don't you agree? Not Woody Chen. He's an MBU. What's there to even talk about? You have nothing to talk about? Really? He's the only one who could potentially solve our problem. And you chose not to work with him. Why? I think he means us harm. But we couldn't do anything on our own. It's too late, though. Didn't he say we'll never see him again? I don't know. I couldn't really trust him. He seemed shady. Why would you trust somebody just out of the blue like that? Yeah. What's up? The body's about to wake up. Anything else before we go? Yes. Don't let Fran know that I'm possessed. Why is that? She must be scared, knowing that I can be possessed. I don't want her to worry for me. I'll leave the rest to you. I'll try my best. Terrible insight is my achievement. I mean, that's not inaccurate. All right, why don't we stop it there? This is meowmurai. You've been watching Minds Beneath Us, running on PC. Yeah, boy, I mean, it's super interesting. I mean, I'd be, you know, if this game had the budget, I wonder if it would have been better to have like voice actors instead of just me. Although it would have been a tough job to find the right cast members, especially with such long strings of dialogue. You know, I mean, the whole game is dialogue, so it's not like anything else is really going on. And it had to be like a very talented group of people. So yeah, I'm super curious to see what people think kind of at the end of the game, and you know, hopefully everyone's okay with how I'm reading all the characters. I'm just trying to get through them quickly, but still giving you like a little bit of emotion, but not trying to do anime version, you know. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you at the next stream.